Welcome to Module 3, Compost Management and Application. In this lesson, you'll learn how to monitor compost progress. Identify and fix common problems. Determine when compost is ready. And apply it effectively to your plants and soil. Let's begin. Section 3.1, Monitoring Compost Progress. To maintain high-quality compost, it's important to check your pile regularly. There are four main things to observe: temperature, moisture, smell, and appearance. Let's go through them one by one. Temperature. An active compost pile should feel warm or even hot to the touch. This warmth tells you that microorganisms are actively breaking down materials. If your pile cools down too soon, it might need more green materials or moisture to stay active. Moisture. Your compost should feel like a squeezed sponge. Damp but not dripping wet. If it's too dry, microbes slow down. If it's too wet, you may get foul odors. Smell. A healthy compost pile has an earthy, natural smell, like forest soil. If it starts to smell rotten or sour, that's a sign something isn't right. Color and texture. As compost matures, it changes from light brown to a dark brown or black color, and the texture becomes crumbly and soft. These are good indicators that decomposition is nearly complete. Monitoring these factors regularly helps you catch and correct problems early, ensuring a smoother and faster composting process. Section 3.2, Troubleshooting Common Problems. Even with the best setup, composting can sometimes go wrong. Let's look at a few common issues and how to fix them. Problem 1, Bad smell. If your compost smells unpleasant, it's usually too wet or not getting enough air. The solution? Add more dry materials such as leaves, sawdust, or paper, and turn the pile to introduce oxygen. Problem 2, Slow decomposition. If your pile isn't breaking down, you may not have enough green materials. Add fresh waste, grass clippings, or a small amount of manure to boost microbial activity. Problem 3, Dry pile. If your compost looks dusty or feels too dry, it needs more moisture. Add water slowly while turning the pile until it feels like a damp sponge. Problem 4, Attracts pests. If you notice flies, rodents, or insects, it means your food waste is exposed. Cover it with a layer of soil or brown materials to discourage pests. Problem 5, Slimy texture. If your compost is sticky or slimy, you probably have too many green materials. Add dry browns and turn the pile to improve aeration. Troubleshooting is part of the learning process. The more you observe and adjust, the more efficiently your compost will mature. Section 3.3, When is compost ready? So, how do you know when your compost is finished? Mature compost has several clear signs. It should be dark brown or black in color, have an earthy smell, and a crumbly texture. You should no longer see visible pieces of food or plant material. When you squeeze it, it should hold together slightly, but break apart easily. After the active phase, it's best to let your compost cure for another 2 to 4 weeks. This curing stage allows the compost to stabilize, ensuring that any remaining microorganisms finish their work. Once it's fully cured, your compost is ready to be used. Section 3.4, Using compost. Now that you have your finished compost, let's talk about how to use it effectively. There are several ways to apply compost, depending on your purpose and the type of plants you're growing. First, as a soil amendment. Mix compost with soil before planting. A good ratio is 1 part compost to 3 parts soil. This improves soil fertility, provides nutrients, and enhances water holding capacity. Second, as mulch. Spread a layer of compost around the base of plants. This helps retain moisture, suppress weeds, and protect roots from heat. Third, as part of a potting mix, combine compost with sand and topsoil to make a nutrient-rich medium for potted plants. It's an excellent natural substitute for chemical fertilizers. Fourth, for field application. In larger-scale farming, compost can be broadcast evenly across fields or applied directly into planting rows. This boosts soil structure and long-term fertility. Using compost regularly brings multiple benefits. It adds important nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. It improves soil structure, reduces erosion, and promotes beneficial soil organisms. The very life of the soil itself. Section 3.5, Compost in Sustainable Farming. Finally, let's look at compost from a broader perspective. Composting plays a key role in sustainable agriculture. By using compost, farmers and gardeners recycle organic waste instead of sending it to landfills. This reduces pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. Compost also helps reduce our dependence on chemical fertilizers, which can harm soil microbes and pollute water sources. It supports soil biodiversity, providing a home for countless beneficial organisms, from earthworms to bacteria and fungi, that keep the soil alive and healthy. And perhaps most importantly, it promotes long-term soil fertility. When we return organic matter to the earth, we're building a foundation for future harvests. So, composting isn't just a gardening activity. It's a simple yet powerful act of sustainability. Every handful of compost you create is a step toward healthier soil, cleaner air, and a greener planet. In summary, to manage compost effectively, you need to monitor progress, solve problems early, recognize when it's ready, and apply it wisely. When done correctly, composting transforms waste into wealth, turning kitchen scraps and garden leftovers into the life-giving foundation of all agriculture. That's the true beauty of composting. It closes the natural cycle, giving back to the earth what once came from it.